Hey, yo, Red. Do you remember the record, man?
What record you talking about, man?
I'm talking about You Know How We Do It by Ice Cube.
Of course, man. I mean, that record and the album are beyond, like, on point. For real.
It's a summer jam, dog.
It is a summer jam.
And that's what it is. So what up, Cornerstoners? My name is Johnny Warbucks, and I'm here with Kalishnikov Red, and welcome to our 21st installment of Remember the Record. And today we're going to be talking about that hit classic, You Know How We Do It.
You know how we do it.
You Know How We Do It. Which was first released as a single back on February 2nd, 1994. All right, but before we talk about 94, dog, before we talk about any of that, though, we do need to do a little housekeeping over here to give them even more reasons to try to keep trying to steal our podcast money, dog. You know, give us a couple of quick shout outs. So here we go, promotion stuff. Look, please remember to follow us on Remember the Record on Instagram and leave comments there or on our other social media pages to have your comments and questions read on future shows, man. Be sure to follow Remember the Record podcast on your favorite streaming platform. We actually need help seeing more followers, comments, ratings, reviews on those platforms. So please
give me all the followers.
Please
give me all the followers.
If you haven't done so already, and like this content and want to see more of it, okay? And follow the Rappers Corner podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, etc., etc. All right. As far as promotions go, be sure to check out the Rappers Corner Thinks Fatal. We just put out that episode. We did we chopped it up with Finks
and Anna,
and we did it with Dreamcatchers Inc. Right? And if you want to spread love, go check out the content of Thinks Fatal. Put all that stuff in the comment in our show notes, but also check out tvolutiondesigns.com. All right,
yes,
t-shirts.
Sir. Yes,
He's
sir.
got dope t-shirts over there, and show some support and throw him some bones and get some t-shirts, man. So we got a new episode of the Rappers Corner coming out with Dopamine. It's either out right now by the time you hear this, or it's on its way.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? So be sure to check that out. Be on the lookout for a special release Rappers Corner episode. We're going to be interviewing Rusty Jux and Rockness Monster of Duck Down Records fame.
Yes, sir.
How fucking cool is that? We're
sir.
super excited about that. We'll be chopping it up about their new collaboration album that's dropping soon. And by the time you hear this, we're either on our way, depending on what week you hear this, we're on our way to support Count Fifth. He's doing a record release party around the way. He's bringing Rusty Jux from Duck Down out there.
Yeah, man, and he's thanks to him, we got a hold of Davey Fresh.
Shout out Davey Fresh.
We got a hold of Black Click.
Shout out Black Click.
We got to meet Chino XL.
Impulse too.
Impulse as well. Impulse will be there as well.
Yeah, shout out to Impulse. We'll see you out there.
So we're big shout out to the whole fam, the whole podcast fam, the whole Man Bites Dog fam, the whole
that whole crew, man. We got nothing but love. Yeah, man, and yeah, once for him, we've been able to see Chino XL, which is the latest Remember the Record episode that we put out. We did a tribute.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, Chino XL. All right, man. So we're talking about You Know How We Do It by Ice Cube, man. This is a record. Heads fuck with the record. And before we get into our stats and all that, we wanted to give a shout out to some of the fans on the pages. And they said a couple of things. We wanted to read some comments, man. So from the Rappers Corner Facebook page itself, we have Sizway Sikosana, and straight up, all he wrote was my favorite track, fire emoji.
It's a definite fire, man. I
gotta
agree
with you on that. I mean, summer heat coming down on the beat.
You know it, man. You know it.
Straight up, man. From TikTok, we got Ramen Nudes. Ramen Nudes. Yo, ramen like noodles, but Nuudes, man. He said this song is, yeah, he's funny, dude. Yo, TikTok, man. He says this song is nostalgic, man.
Yeah, man, that's another thing, man.
Does it bring you back to a certain time?
I mean, of course, it's 94, man. It brings me back to, well, we'll get into that because that album has a lot of things that bring me back.
Yeah, once we go to talk about it, we'll talk about it. On Facebook's page, there's a Facebook page, Classic Hip Hop, 1973 to 2000, all right? Shout out to that page, my homie Box Brown. He's been showing a lot of support. When I first came on Facebook trying to promote the Rappers Corner and Remember the Record, I would try to share these things on certain pages, and we'd have admins blocking page. We don't want your stuff on there. We don't want your stuff on there. We don't want to chop it up. Even though I'd be sitting there commenting and sharing and talking and being a part of their community, They wouldn't let us. They wouldn't be a part of ours.
Well, you know what? I do gotta give props to Johnny Boy here and my other guys. So fuck, man. I'm off of Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook, and you know, you're doing your thing over there, man. Especially with this group. And this cat, man, what's the name?
Box Brown.
You know, so you know, I was in that group too, but then I got kicked off of Facebook. So mad props to Box Brown for reals, man.
Yeah, man. Facebook, get it together. Box Brown, keep it going. Man, he's a dope ass song. That beat is legendary, dog.
It is.
Yeah. Straight up, right? Legendary beat. That beat, like you hear, as soon as you hear that high synth, man.
But you know, it's like you know, Ice Cube's "Today Was a Good Day." It's along the same.
Yeah, man, that's a good comment. Yeah, somebody else brings something up on that too. We're gonna get to that in a second. It's first also from the classic hip hop 1973 to 2000. Malcolm Black. He jumps in and says this was Ice Cube in his prime.
Yes, I agree.
To me, the song was him in Cruise Control after dominating from Straight Outta Compton through his fourth solo album, right? Yo, 100%. Like, and the word Cruise Control was like, that's the comment right there, man.
You feel it when you're looking at the video, when you're listening to the music,
and you hear just the bars, the way he's spitting, it's just like, it's just so like, I'm going, you know how it is. Like, it's just so like it's so natural.
But see, that's the thing about Ice Cube. You can do the whole man, fuck you, and then be like, yeah.
I like it. All right, so another page that gives us mad support, man, is from Facebook. It's HHHQ2 Reloaded, which is Hip Hop Headquarters 2 Reloaded.
I remember that.
Yeah. So this homie Josh Hubble, he says, Shade Shice and Nate Dogg's Where I Wanna Be puts out those same vibes. And I love some feel-good summer jams. And he also said, remember, the record sounds like a dope-ass podcast. And the man is right. The man's straight fact. Do you know Shade Shice Where I Want to Be with Nathan? Man, yo, Nathan. And Daz is on that record. Daz cuts it up. It is, I used to travel out with the peoples back in the day out to OC and shit, right? And we'd go out to the beach.
And do some crimes.
Yeah, we had some problems. We had a couple of problems up at OC before, man. Sometimes we went up there not to go to the beach. We had to go visit some people. Yo, but like, this is where I want to be. Right here with my loved ones, smoking on some weed. Yo, it is so good. Nate Dogg is like encompassing something.
I can get that same feeling, the same vibe with those words.
Yo, we might do an episode on that one day, man. For during one of the summer jams, dude. Because for me, for sure, it's a throwback. It'll be brand new for my mans. But
cool.
Also from the same page, Hip Hop Headquarters 2 Reloaded is Don White. He said, I hope King Son get added here soon because he's a dope legend.
Oh.
What do you think about that, man? Putting King Son on a record, Remember the Record episode.
I mean, most definitely.
You know, I was listening.
He's a legend.
The Heat, Bring the Heat, Heat It Up. What's the name of that record, man? Oh my God! See, I barely remember the record myself.
But no,
my man, he's out of Jersey, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I just dig his voice, man.
He sound a little bit.
His voice and his attitude.
He sound a little bit like Rakim.
I mean,
you can tell he's influenced.
You can tell he's influenced. Yeah, but Rakim's like a more like
yeah. And he's a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
And the beats are a little more like higher tempo too.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of that Public Enemy-ish.
Right.
Right. Not so much, but kind of on that vibe.
Don, we'll do something with King Son, man. We rock with King Son over here, man. That's gonna cover it for the shout outs at this point. I think it's time to go ahead and hit them with the facts. Let people know what's going on with the background of this record. So we're gonna start off with the facts here now. All right, You Know How We Do It by Ice Cube. It was recorded in 1993. Date of the single was February 2nd, 1994.
Hold on. Is it Priority?
It was released on Priority, yeah.
See, Priority, man. I gotta give you props. You got good music.
Priority, man. There's highs and lows. Priority put out some people.
Yeah, they did.
Put out everybody. But hold on. So it was recorded in 1993. February 2nd, 1994. The single included the explicit version, the radio edit, instrumental, and then on the B-side, it was 2 in the Morning, plus the instrumental, right? First album appearances was Lethal Injection, iconic West Coast album, December 7th, 1993. All right, so the single came out like the following,
Yeah.
So it was recorded at Echo Sound. Once again, Echo Sound. We've mentioned on the show several times to give a background on Echo Sound. It was released through Lynch Mob and through Priority, the parent company, right? Producer QD3. Once again, that's Quincy Jones III. QD3 did the beat. Written by Ice Cube, QD3, Dexter Wanzel, who's an R&B jazz singer, and then T-Life Jr., musician songwriter. Okay. And those cats have been in the industry forever, and yeah, that's definitely has more to do with like the background and all that shit. Right?
That's cool.
The song's 3 minutes 52 seconds. I mean, honestly, it is a breezy record. It goes quick, and not only does it go quick, the music video go quick too.
Yeah. It feels like it doesn't feel like it's 3. No, not at all.
It feels like it's like 2.5.
Yeah, like 240.
Like it just it breezes. I wish it was like 420. Like, cause that beat is dope, man. So as far as the samples for the record, all right, the main instrumental rip and the sample of the woman singing that whoa, right, that comes from Evelyn Champagne King's 1977. The Show Is Over.
That Evelyn Champagne has such great music, and I see why this is sampled, because she's got a good library of music. You guys check her out. Those producers out there, if you guys don't already know, check her out for real.
A lot of good sampling over there, man. Shout out to Evelyn Champagne King. The high-pitched synth that we hear, it's once again sampled by the ever famously sampled Kool and the Gang, 1974 Summer Madness.
That's what I was gonna say. It gives you that Will Smith summertime feel, because it's the same sample.
Doggy Dog World.
Yeah, Doggy Dog is the same. It's such a great sample.
That sample's been used, but it's also like, what I do like about this version though, is that they use that other part.
Yeah.
Everybody else does like they do that joint, but like this one right here is the like This is sampled in West Coast music like a lot. I mean, just Summer Madness was ripped apart. The drums are sampled from Anita Baker's 1983 You Will Be Mine. It's ripped directly from the beginning. When you hit play, that's the beat. There's the drums right there. Then Ice Cube's opening line from his third verse references that traditional folk song from 1815, Jack Be Nimble. He's like, Jack Be Nimble.
Jack Be Quick.
Yeah. So those are the samples. It's one that gets spliced apart a lot. Once we get into older records, you're gonna see like that expands tremendously. Because back in the day they didn't have those clearances, right? But like this is still a lot of big hits. Certifications: it was a gold single, platinum album. All right, charts: number 30 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, number 21 U.S. Billboard Hot R&B and Hip Hop Songs was number 5. 21. I know. It was number 5 U.S. Billboard Hot Rap Songs. It didn't even hit number 1. Number 2, number 3, number 4, it hit number 5.
Well, okay. Wait.
I mean, there's a lot of heavy hitters in '94.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if we actually had that list in front of us, we'd be like, "Whoa,
it is what it is."
Because when you start talking about like that iconoclastic, like massive bangers, and that golden era, not even like the old school, but like 90 to 96, that bubble.
That's
every week.
See, I'm 96 back to like 77.
Yeah, I'm saying go all the way back.
I love it.
I do chop those up into 2 categories
because 2 categories.
Because we went from like the big gold chains and the leather and the Adidas and all that, and the dance music, right?
My Adidas.
The rock and roll spins, you know what I mean? Into that gangster and that funk and that East Coast hardcore, and everything kind of switches up. And then we get into like the big club stuff.
And that's a really interesting thing. I mean, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's it.
But it's like, if you think about it, I mean, we some old heads, right? Not old, but we old, because we are, in essence, 3 generations of hip hop.
At this point, yeah, right.
There's 4 generations of hip hop, but me and him are like the 4th or 3rd. So like, it's interesting how like we see the progression from this genre to that genre. Yeah. Because at one point, if you think about it, like musically, and like you had a phase of just like rap with jazz.
Rap with jazz.
You know what I mean?
Disco at the beginning.
Yeah, disco at the beginning. And then you had like the samples. Everything was
Big
like
soul. Big soul.
soul was a different thing. And
Soul was huge.
But then you go to the West Coast and you have that soul and funk.
Funk coming.
Soul and funk,
Big
soul.
time.
Like MCA, that's soul. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But like funk is like Snoop and all that.
Yep,
right?
yep.
So it's interesting, but at the same time, you see Ice-T having that whole like Public Enemy kind of like
almost punk.
Yeah,
rock.
oh yeah, and even Kid Frost at the time was electro beat. So West Coast
Some
had
African Mamada.
so yeah, the West Coast had its own little phase of growing, you know, and I gotta give it up. And the reason, like, man, I'm so excited about doing this is because it's Ice Cube. So Ice Cube in this album, this record, and The Predator, both those albums had a major impact in my life. Major impact. I mean, because of those albums, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest with you, I didn't like white people. Well, I didn't. I was like,
I got what? Hey, listen, man. I knew white people that didn't like Ice Cube.
well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I was like, why don't you like Ice Cube? I mean, man, he racist.
See, that's.
Don't you think so?
So this is the good thing.
He ain't talking about me.
See, this is where a good conversation is, because like me and him, we always have these conversations. Like, you had Muggs, right, who's white, you know, and like you had him produce like some songs on The Predator, which Ice Cube was going pretty hard at white people at that time. And Lethal Injection and The Predator, like, in context, because if you youngins don't know, you don't know, right?
Yeah, you hear that face value, it sounds like fuck white people.
Yeah, but like in context, it was like we would just come out of the riots.
Yeah, this is the powers that be.
Yeah, we had just come out of like tanks on the streets. We had just come out of like, not only that, but like there was a specific time where, and this was around that time, it was NWA, like specifically, when like, what's her name? She was Bob Dole's wife.
Oh shit, yeah.
And like she would literally like put the CDs, buy a bunch of CDs, put them on the fucking street,
and like pave them over
with a paved drive or whatever, right? And this was war against
trucks.
Yeah, this was war against hip hop. This was so like then you have like Public Enemy, which was a big influence on Ice Cube.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And like they come out with Fight the Power, right? So like you already have like this East Coast like anger, but you don't really have it on the West. You have the West Coast, but it's not the political aspect.
It was kind of like their version.
Hold on, Black Panthers were there.
Right.
Black Panthers were there. But as in the hip hop thing, like I feel like the East Coast was, the message, Public Enemy.
Right.
Like, you had more like this is what's going on, and West Coast was like this is chill, even though this is some street gangster shit.
The early stuff felt more like their take on like white lines. You know?
Yeah,
like, don't join the gang. Don't be a part of this. Don't do this.
And that's the other thing, gangs. So you had like this like uptick in violence in the United States around that time. There was Ice-T around the same time had a motherfucking cop killer. And this,
that was a big deal.
And this was a big deal. This was like because there was a guy who shot a cop and apparently was listening to motherfucking cop killer. And this became a big issue in the newspapers and all that shit. So around the same time, Ice Cube not only started seeing how white people were getting into hip hop in the industry and using and like taking money from the actual rappers, aka Easy and what's in Jerry right? Jerry Heller, right? So then like and Ice Cube disassociates himself with that, comes into his own thing, and at this time he's influenced by Nation of Islam and he's influenced by the lynch mob. And Nation of Islam had this one guy named Khalid Abdul Muhammad, and Khalid Abdul Muhammad was a more extreme Farrakhan and less extreme Malcolm, but like right in between, right? And Farrakhan was already looked at in the United States, and then Malcolm was already taken out, you know what I mean? And then Khalid was taken out eventually too, but Ice Cube had a couple songs with Khalid, and like he's in this out. I want to say Nation of Islam is in the album and some of the inserts and skits and shit like that, and the same with The Predator. So like this was like
that era.
Yeah, and I'm coming into this era as a person that's seen, a lot of like subtle racism in the East Coast, because I'm not, even though we're from the South, we're not from the South.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
people get misconstrued.
Yeah, like we're like at the tip of the South and North. So it's not as bad, but it's still here. So I'm coming into hip hop with this kind of anger, and I'm like, listen to Ice Cube, and I'm like, this is the motherfucker that relates to me. I relate to him, and because of him, I now read books. You see what I'm saying? Because of that album, specifically because of that album, you know, and KRS-One as well. Like Malcolm was introduced to me through Ice Cube and KRS-One. With the cover art of KRS-One looking through the window with the AK, as Malcolm, and I mean Malcolm was all over Ice Cube, and Phil Donahue's show was also, and Phil Donahue, I give mad props to Phil Donahue for holding those shows down, those talk shows. I don't know if you remember. Phil Donahue was hardcore. He had like skinheads, races.
I remember that, man. like he would bring the most shocking people.
I gotta give it. So back to the whole thing. This album was controversial as well as The Predator because it was viewed as very anti-white.
Yeah.
And specifically, there's a couple songs, a couple lines that Ice Cube says that kill a rebel, kill a double, kill a Yankee. Don't shoot till you see the whites in their eyes, the whites in their lives, and the whites in their skin. White cave bitch.
White cave bitch. Like, no interracial mingling over on the West Coast.
so it was a thing, and I came into that age, and I was like, man, fuck white people. But then, like, you know, having friends like Johnny Boy, having friends like other people, and then listen to more like evolving, listen to and reading Malcolm X and reading from that anger to seeing like how he evolved at the end. And I was like, all right, cool. And then you see like Ice Cube also start evolving. He's not so much, you know, this, that, the other. In fact, he had Red Hot Chili Peppers on The Predator on Wicked, right?
Yeah.
And Flea and everything. So like, you know, it's there. I'm being full disclosure here, but these two albums really affected my way of thinking about politics, the way of thinking about reading, and the way of like thinking about like how to speak to people and how to get people to listen.
And the integration of your own community, man, and like how you evolve from like almost blackballing white people.
Yeah, I mean,
and how that evolution comes to be. You know, I think that, you know, all of us can learn from that. Can learn from Cube, particularly like when you listen to like, you know, further down the line, get the good cop, bad cop. That's almost like the new fuck the police. Instead of it being the angry fuck the police, it's like we're still here. This is still the problem.
This is some bullshit.
Everything's corrupt.
You
know what I mean? Like, and I think that we as people we grow. And we learn through life experience and I think that a lot of that the anger kind of subsides a little bit. There's a little bit, maybe it's like,
well, it's not
subsiding, but like you get tired.
No, but it grows.
It evolves. It evolves itself.
It evolves itself. I mean, for some people, it's not good. Some people go out there and start shooting people. Other people go read books and try to teach things. So, you know, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Public Enemy, KRS-One were like my pivotal points of change when it comes to hip hop and the importance of hip hop and what the message is to the community. Because I realized, especially with this, with Lethal Injection, I realized how important it is what you say in an album and how many people actually respond to it. You know, Ice Cube did have interviews, man, but he laid it down, man.
Well, because he was getting attacked for like being anti-Semitic and stuff. He was like, I don't hate Jewish people, I hate this one guy. And so he was just digging into him, and they took it as like a call. You know,
well, the thing was though, I mean, it's all coincidental because like Jerry Heller was a Jewish guy, right? Nation of Islam didn't like Jews, and Ice Cube is associated with Nation of Islam. So you see how like
of course,
you know, like, but you know, at the end of the day, Ice Cube, you know, Ice Cube. Look, I'll be honest with you. To me, Ice Cube is always going to be one of my favorite guys because of the influence he had on me. There's been a lot of flack towards Ice Cube recently in politics and in some of the movies that he's been making. Like, Are We There Yet? You know, these kid movies. And you're like, well, how can this guy be so hard and then do like...
Used to be all like the memes, right? He used to be like this and now he's all like this.
So the way I see it, I would rather him do that than be in jail, be dead, or, you know.
Of course.
You know, so I have no issue.
He's a father. father, dog.
Not only that, but I get down with Are We There Yet? You know, I get down with the father.
He says he's got an entire fan base that just doesn't even know who he is
and
from NWA and all
that's
that.
Crazy.
So you walk down the street, and you got some dude, yo man, fuck the police, and then you got some little 5-year-old that's like, oh man,
that's crazy. That's
you know what I mean?
Bridge
the whole thing, man.
There's Will Smith, Ice Cube, and Snoop Dogg. I gotta give you guys mad props, man.
The crossover without selling out.
Yeah.
And I mean, people might argue about Snoop, but whatever, man. I mean, I don't think so. Our dude was literally in the Olympics, crip walking with the fucking torch, which is crazy to me.
No, man, I gotta give that to the Olympics as well. You know, the break dancing shit, that was basura with that girl, but
it's the only one they show because that chick was trash.
No, but listen,
there was some dope shit.
No, but listen, just the fact.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That they put breakdancing into
that's what I'm trying. People,
the Olympics, man. Hip hop made it, man.
People salty as fuck. They're like, this is what they do with it. I'm like, have you ever been? I was like, look, you upset about this? What was the last breaking competition you went to?
Yeah, like
what was the last? What was the last time you broke?
Right.
When was the last time you did a UFO? Yeah. Like, you talked to me about it. Like, I didn't. Yeah. So like, this is a spectator sport, right? Yeah. You got to do something with that.
Man, I'm just happy that it made it out there. The lady, whatever, that was a joke. But I'm just saying the fact that it's out there.
She was trash.
Because like I've seen some heads like in just those like little competitions. You're like, God damn,
just killing it.
Killing it. How's that?
Go on TikTok and type in break it. And just look at
how's that even possible?
Bananas.
But I give it to the Olympics, man. I'm really proud that you guys put hip hop, some aspect of hip hop out there, and like even with Snoop, that was whatever. But like the actual fundamental, like one of the elements of hip hop.
I was watching the show, the performance, and I heard Eric B. and Rakim.
My man.
In France.
My man.
During the Olympics.
My man.
For a competition.
See, that's what's up, man. That's what I'm talking about.
And you got the commenter guy like out there being like, this is another classic breaking record with Eric B. and Rakim. They polled and they said that they paid the royalties for somewhere upwards of 300 songs.
God,
all hip hop breaking records.
That's what I'm saying. Mad props to hip hop for making.
So those cats got paid for.
What is it? 51 years now.
51, man.
And it took 51 years to be really recognized as something legit
on a global scale.
On a global scale.
That's the beauty of it. So I don't want to hear what anybody else has to say about it because a lot of people are really salty, and I get it.
No, but going back to the Cube thing, though, man. So it's like you see the growth of Cube, I mean, and how important he was in NWA.
Oh yeah.
And then you see him like in the future. So this is what going back. It's like caught a lot of flack, but to me, he's still my I put him up there with number one. Now I will admit, lyrically, he's not as profound as he was back in the day. I
mean, look, there was an era, right? Like, you could do it, put your back into it, whatever that is, man. All that stuff, all the Players Club shit. Like, that was not my cue.
No, me neither. I mean, but then you have
a lot of the modern stuff he goes in.
Then you have like West Side Connection, which was my cue.
Which was definitely my cue. Just very different.
Yeah.
In contrast to like this little trio of albums that were kind of that.
Yeah.
And then of course the NWA shit.
And then you have like Gangsters, the fucking. Gangster music, gangster rap made me do this.
Yeah, man, great.
Yeah, like
great. I like Everything's Corrupt too.
Yeah, Everything's Corrupt's amazing. You have your little tidbits here and there, and without me even I should have said this from the beginning, but the fact that Ice Cube not only crossed into the Hollywood arena, he crossed into the Latin music arena. Man, he has songs with Mexican band called Banda MS, right?
That was dope.
And he talks about like the immigration, and it was him and Snoop did it. So again, going back to Snoop and Cube, man, I gotta give you guys mad props. Snoop was literally about to face either death row,
legit death row or death row.
And he was gonna be gone, but he changed his life for the best. Ice Cube, man, you see him go from here all the way to having his own movie industry, man.
Yeah.
That's just amazing to me. Like,
mogul indeed, man.
Like, so mad props to both of them, mad props to even Will Smith, but like Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg, man. Mad props.
So the song we're gonna get back to you know how we do it. The song first appeared on the 1993 film Surf Ninjas. Do you remember Surf Ninjas? It was on the original soundtrack.
I want to say it's like
that was the first time people heard that song.
That's crazy, but like it's not like Three Ninjas.
No, not Three Ninjas. This is Surf Ninjas, man. I don't know. I don't remember. Yo, shout out to Three Ninjas though.
That was
Tom coming in. Yeah, okay. So like you can hear the song in pop culture, such as like, look, it was as recent as the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie that you hear this record.
Really?
Yo, the video game Grand Theft Auto 5. The song was also sampled by Mariah Carey for her song Irresistible, which features Cube alongside his supergroup and friends Mac 10 and Dub C as the West Side Connection. And we'll definitely. Do you remember this?
No, this is. I know this is the audio, but like, look at this. It's with Rob Schneider.
Yeah. Ice Cube coming through, man. Yo, I want to talk about the music video for a little bit, man. I'm gonna give a couple of specs. We should chop.
Oh, sorry, man. I thought you were finished. I already did my
No, man.
spiel
No,
over
that's the flow of this, dog. We out here, man. I mean, as far as my personal story behind it, look.
You'll get to that. You'll finish.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything great to say. I heard it probably through, you know, BET or you were in my. I was in your web.
Just leave.
You know, it's irrelevant, white people. All right, so look, music video directed by Marcus Raboy, which did videos for everybody, man. Naughty by Nature, Mary J. Blige, TPMD, Pete Rock, CL Smooth, Lynch Mob, Dos Effects, Run DMC, Faith Evans, Busta Rhymes, etc. He also did videos for people like Stained, Luther Vandross, Rancid, LFO, Sting. Like this guy's got a track list for music videos, and this is a really clean, slick video. Ice Cube, I mean, and we're talking full-blown Afro era Ice Cube, right? Like he's working at like, you know, an auto body, like a mechanic shop, right? His crew reveals that they're working on a Jaguar XJS, and then they decide to go ahead and take it for a spin out on the Las Vegas Strip. They are passing casinos, playing classic games like poker, roulette, craps, and the like. There's a lot of shadows, a lot of reflective lighting bouncing off of the shiny strip streets.
It looks like a movie.
It looks like a movie. It's like high quality made. Particularly once it gets down to the Vegas Strip. He's chilling both alone and with his crew. He's rapping on top of one of the casinos at some point. And again, it's like real short and sweet.
Yeah, it's
auto body, Vegas, nighttime, rapping.
It gives you the vibes.
It's super chill. It is a super chill video. As far as like the highlighted lyrics, this is once again one of those moments where I have to say, like, because it's like you just said, he wasn't necessarily known for his technical. And in this particular album, a lot of his stuff is very conversational.
Yeah.
You know, particularly in You Know How We Do It.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, I mean, ain't nothing going on but the bomb-ass rap song hitting all night long. Like, it's such a simple thing. Yo.
Oh, man.
Yo. Running from Linux up at Venice. They want to have me and Stripes at Dennis the Minute. Second verse, he shouts out a few heads, including Dub C, DJ Crazy Tunes, which is Dub C's brother and Cube's in-house concert DJ.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Crazy Tunes was related. The Lynch Mob, also their previous name, SKP, you hear Street Knowledge Productions being referenced. That's Lynch Mob. He's talking about MC8. He brings up What's Up Production, Cam and Solo, both of whom were on and left Ice Cube's Lynch Mob Records label on bad terms. Solo even rumored to have gotten into a fight with Cube and even stole his West Side Connection chain.
Isn't Cam his cousin?
Something like that.
Or something, yeah. I want to say yeah.
Solo was later the voice. Check this out. Solo was also later on the voice of Franklin in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Did you know that?
No.
The West Side. I had no idea. And of course, they're heavily inspired and featured on Lethal Injection, Parliament, Funkadelic legend George Clinton. He even brings him up as well, and he shows up a lot, sample and physically on Lethal Injection, in my opinion. But yeah, dude, I mean, when it comes to the record, like, I mean,
see that
chill ass.
That really put me onto Parliament as well.
Me too.
So it was this album that really put me into George Clinton P-Funk, and there was a movie called PCU, which also
that had him in the movie.
Yeah,
I remember that shit.
That was a great movie.
I remember that shit.
Yeah. They play erotic CDs like every time I comb my hair. That was good. But yeah, no. So I didn't know that, and kind of like off, but on the subject, because I find that Ice Cube does feature his cousin. His other cousin is
Del.
And
Del fucking Homo sapien.
He's got both his kids rapping. Did you know that?
I know my man
Doughboy.
Yeah, Doughboy.
And then there was another. I forgot the other kid's name, but I didn't know that. Yeah, I know. The NWA kid. He ain't rapping. It's the other two, but I didn't know.
I know that when his son was, starring as him in Straight Outta Compton, like one of the things that they made them do was re-record the entire album. Like they actually recorded.
Oh, okay.
They went through that entire process together.
Well, that's what's up. I didn't know.
And so if he's already rapping, then he's already got the chops. If he's not, he's learning.
Yeah. Because I don't know the names. I just know their stage names. I don't know if it's actually like the son from NWA or if it's like these other kids. But I didn't know that. That's interesting. I don't have it with me, but I had the Ice Cube book.
I never read it, man. I never got a chance to.
No, it's a good book. It was around the same time that Lethal Injection. It was maybe a couple of years after it came out, like West Side Conviction type era. But yeah, really informative book. You guys get a chance to check out that book. You know what was one of my favorite things though from back in the day with this album specifically? The fucking cover. When you open the book, I would have them on my wall.
Yo, man, back in the day, I do miss the CD books. Like every album you get now, it's like the picture.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. The book had especially this book, it had quotations from Malcolm X, from Farragut, from and all that shit. And he even did this whole long speech. He was like, I'm doing this with the heads in the prison and the prison complex. And I was like, damn, Cube, see, again, this is the cat that put me on to politics, so that's why
Cube went hard to pay, bro.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
This album, the whole fucking album.
It's just crazy because the whole album, but it's if you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? If you're a kid growing up nowadays and you hear the word Ice Cube, man, I had a dream with Ice Cube.
What?
Yeah, man, and it was with Ice Cube, me, and Mac 10.
Yo,
it was funny because I met up with Ice Cube and we're in his car, right? And he's all I was like, yo, Cube, I don't know if you really blaze like that, but I do. And he's like, I got you, man, I got you. So he calls up Mac 10 on the phone, and I don't know because I sleep with my music.
Oh, that's what it is then.
Yeah.
Because I used to, trust you me, I used to sleep with my music all the time.
No, but there's where he calls Mac 10 on the phone.
Mac 10 to the rescue.
Yeah, so now I'm on
what can I do?
Yeah, no. This isn't this is he does, but this is in
it's one of the skits.
No, yeah, it's one of the skits, but on the one War and Peace album.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's and with the chip. He called,
yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
So I'm getting this reality dream interviews, and so he calls him back and he's like, "Yo, my man here, he wants some green. You got that?" He's like, "I got you, man." And the whole time we're driving around, I'm like, "Where's this green, man?" And Ice Cube's like, "Man, don't worry about it. Mac 10's coming through." And I was like, "I never got it." And I woke up and I was like, "Man."
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cool.
Shit. Shout out to Dreams.
We will go into, I don't know if you have this in this, but it's not this album, but the Predator was after this, right?
Predator came after.
Yeah, and then we had the beef with the Cypress Hill, which it hurt my heart because those two guys, man.
I want to say we're gonna bring that up in the games, and if not, we'll definitely. Yeah, we do. We'll bring it up. Yeah. Of course, we bring it up.
Yeah, that shit hurt my heart.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, I was just just a fan listening. I wasn't invested into one or the other, and I didn't really know the story behind the beef yet, and so I was definitely originally siding with West Side Connection because I was a massive fan of them. But then I heard
Yeah.
No rest for the wicked. And really, I had heard it before and didn't realize it was about it. And then once someone put it in the context, like, that's a song this and Ice Cube. And I'm like, well, let me pay attention a little closer. Man, they going harder than
Good boy. Born in the Valley.
Oh yeah, dude. And then also that response to King of the Hill, where he's like, my name should be Mac 11 because I'm a higher caliber of MC. There's no question.
and see, but this is the thing.
And then you got that dude who is rapping just like Cube, showing how easy it is. And it's like,
yeah, but see, but this is the thing.
Anybody can rap like
Sendog didn't participate. And neither did Dub C.
Yeah, they didn't want any part of it.
Yeah,
you could tell.
Because they were cool with like Cypress, they were cool with Cube. They didn't want that beef to go down with them. It was mostly just Be Real and Ice Cube and Mac 10.
Mac 10 was just rocking.
But I gotta give it to Cypress on that. I think Cypress did their thing when it came to the beef. I will say, like, Ice Cube though, man, still like I'm happy because now they make songs together. You know
of course.
So I'm happy on that sense. But
let's definitely, I think, move into the games, man, because we're already dissecting some of them and jumping ahead of the curve. In the games today, man, we're gonna start off with singles only. So of course, aside from the single, you know how we do it. What other chart-topping single is your favorite by Ice Cube and why? Now, I only bring up Ice Cube singles because Ice Cube singles, he's got 27 singles, and that's not like him as the featured artist. This is Ice Cube, so like I wanted to whittle this down because holy shit. So like some of like the highlights, you got like America's Most Wanted, you got Jacking for Beats, Steady Mob, and True to the Game, Wicked, It Was a Good Day, Check Yourself, Bob Gun, Natural Born Killers, Friday.
All right, so you want me to choose from all this?
You got to pick one of these songs as the best record, man.
You're looking at all that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pause that screen.
All right, I'm gonna read as fast as I can here to go through all these. Who's the Mac? America's Most Wanted, Endangered Species, Dead Homies, Jacking for Beats, Steady Mob, and True to the Game, Wicked, It Was a Good Day, Check Yourself, Really Though, Bob Gun, Natural Born Killers, Friday, The World Is Mine, Men of Steel, We Be Clubbing, Pushing Away, Fuck Dying, You Can Do It, Hello Until You Rich, $100 Bill, Y'all, In the Late Night Hour, Chrome and Paint, Why We Thugs, Go to Church, Steal the Show, Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It, Do Your Thing, Why Me, I Rep the West, Drink Kool-Aid, Couldn't Make It on Her Own, Everything's Corrupt, Proud of the Big Show, Sasquatch, Sick Them, Young, Drop Girl, Real People, Good Cop, Bad Cop, Arrest President, and Funkadelic. All right.
That's a lot of records, man.
That is.
And a lot of them are bad.
Can we do 5?
You want to do a top 5?
I
don't even think I can do that.
I mean,
go ahead and say what you want to say. I'm not gonna beef with it, man.
I'm gonna go with. God, there's so many.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to say it was a good day, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a part,
of the. Let's put It Was a Good Day.
Like in its own thing.
Yeah.
Because that's cute shit.
Yeah. Just to make this fair, right? Because that's already I get it. So top 5 for me, the ones that I listen to the most.
Okay, it's about what you listen to the most. I respect that.
Who's the Mac? Steady Mobbing, True to the Game.
Have you ever seen such a side in your life? Steady Mobbing.
I listened to Friday. For a long time it was Bop Gun, but I played it out. So
I feel like I did that to Friday.
Instead of Bop Gun, I will go with. See, I like
Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It.
Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It, but I also like Bobby Thugs. So it's got to be between both of those, Bobby Thugs and Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It.
I do like Bobby Thugs too.
But I mean, and there's still some here that I'm like, whatchamacallit, Dead Homies, Jacking for Beats, another 2 that are great. America's Most 3, Endangered Species. But those are the ones that I listen to the most. So there you go.
I mean, and we didn't even mention Check Yourself with Thousand Effects.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh my God.
I know.
Like, that was another big. Wicked was a dope ass record. I love Wicked.
Every time I get Wicked.
Shit. But like, I mean, if we're talking about records that I do on a regular listen to, it's a little bit more of his later shit. Like, I love Natural Born Killers, man.
That's
Dr. Dre.
one.
Friday is a record I play a lot. That shit goes hard, man. I fucking love that one. Hello with Dr. Dre and Rain. It's sort of like the new NWA. That shit goes hard. I started this gangsta shit.
Yeah,
It's the motherfucking thanks I
That's
get.
the one I don't really
Yeah, well, because it's a little poppy.
Yeah, it's a little,
The whole fucking world is a ghetto.
It's a little Eminem-ish.
Well, it's that era.
I know. That's
I wouldn't be surprised if you listen like Dr. Dre's like, did I fall off?
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
see me
saying.
in my room ripping every single one of my Chronic posters on your wall off?
That's like Eminem.
It probably, it might be.
I mean, Dre will never flow like that.
Yo, he goes harder than pain. It's like one of his best versions. And then I'm fucking around.
No, Ghetto Boys. That's one of them for me. His best.
Oh, you talking about from the Chronic?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's Snoop and Dre's like.
With blood on my hand, I didn't understand.
Yeah. I love his shit on.
Yo, that's. I can't wait to talk about that album. We will talk about the Chronic one day.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I'm saying Natural Born Killers Friday. Hello, I'm gonna give it to. Jesus Christ,
really,
man!
Though, is really good too.
I love Really Though. That shit goes hard in the paint, man. I feel like I need it.
Damn, I'm such a G.
Which one? What is that? But was that a single though?
I mean,
That makes me want to.
I think so because it was in the movie too.
Yeah, but that was in a movie.
But you had it on the Ice Cube.
Which one is it on here?
Really Though.
No, Really Though.
No. You're right. It's not Really Though. No. I thought it was Really Though.
I think that's just one of the records. Down for Whatever is
Down for Whatever.
That record was not a single off of this album.
Not on no.
Which I think might answer the next question. I mean, look, guys, there are so many Ice Cube records. What is your favorite Ice Cube?
Yeah, man. What's your favorite?
Because, like, for real, this is an impossible task. Because we're Ice Cube heads.
Yeah.
And for real, like, to pick one of these.
Good Cop, Bad Cop is great.
I love that. And the new Funkadelic is dope.
All that shit is dope.
That new Funkadelic reminds me of, like, the new Bop.
Yeah.
The shit is hot.
See, I like the message in Gangsta Rap, man. We do it. I like the message.
Yeah.
And Why We Thugs.
Dude, I love Until We Rich with Crazy Bone. That beat, that Nas AZ, How You Living beat.
I said.
No, you're fucking stupid. Like, crazy. He be singing them hooks, man. But yeah, and Steady Mobbing, dog. Like, have you ever seen such a... And True to the Game, man?
True to the Game, man.
Woo!
I mean, I think he shoots a shot at MC Hammer.
Yeah. And I heard he got his.
Yeah. Did he?
I heard there was some repercussions for that.
Look into that, guys.
If I remember, man, I think if we go back a couple of episodes, we might look. I mean, one day we will just do an episode on MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Because
he's gonna shoot us, and we know.
Yeah. We got nothing bad to say about no MC Hammer, man.
Man, MC Hammer, man. You know, for real, like, man, that's another guy that I gotta give mad love to, man. Can't touch his dude.
All right, deep cuts. Aside from the songs that garnered chart positions and or music videos, what is your favorite record off of Lethal Injection?
Okay.
So our options are Ghetto Bird, K Bitch, What Can I Do, Lil Ass G, Make It Rough, Make It Smooth, with KD, Down for Whatever, Enemy, and When I Get to Have You.
All right. Right here? Okay.
Yeah. And When I Get to Have
You. This is a great list of great tracks. I gotta say, I'm just gonna go with my least favorite out of all of these because that's the thing I can really do is Make It Rough. Everything else.
Make It Rough is your wait make it smooth with CD.
With KD.
Why did I say CD? And shout out to the homie Chaos. I was just talking to him on the phone the other day. Yo, I was just giving him a shout out, man. Make It Rough, Make It Smooth. That's a chill ass record. It's like a verses of like.
But I know, but see, this is what I'm saying. Like,
but you're doing it at the time, picking from these though.
No, at the time I was more hard. I was political. I was angry. So this was
too chill, too poppy.
Yeah, it was like too
Starsky and Hutch.
Too out of the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I think Ghetto Bird go hard.
And my favorite though is When I Get to Have You.
Really? Yeah, the flute go hard.
God, man, and what he talks about. Shoot.
I think it's got to be Down for Whatever, man.
Damn,
that
shit's such a G. It's pathetic.
And what I love about that record,
my feet hurt.
I'm trying. My feet. Man, and that fucking beat come in, they're just like, oh!
Like little popping wasn't rolling stone in the 60s.
Yeah.
But it's something Bill Bixby. Like, man,
it's just like when we're talking about simple bars, and what our homie in the comments said at the beginning of the show, where it's like he was on cruise control.
Yeah.
He's not even. He's just on this record. He's like, damn, I'm such a G. It's pathetic. Are we done here? Like,
I know, and the beauty of that song. The beauty of that song is it got into the office. And man,
that is one of the best scenes.
Because he's all like with the mini disc, all
like they're gonna do some like Ponzi scam.
Like,
oh yeah, they're like the jail cells. No, and then they go back to the house and have like a party, drinking Heinekens and shit.
He's all like dancing.
One of them starts breaking, dude.
He's like, oh man, you guys gotta watch that. It's the crappiest movie.
It is so cheesy, man. It's a good like cheesy movie.
Jennifer Aniston was in that movie too.
Yeah, with her flare and her middle finger. Got that right there for you. Yeah, dude. Yo.
Oh man.
No, and What Can I Do? Honestly, was one of like so the one from the album is Chill.
Yeah.
The one from the music video, Go Hard in the Paint.
Yeah.
And you get the visual of like Mac 10 joining, and what I love about that is like that was like Ice Cube bringing in Mac 10, not only in the video or the story, but like into the label with the people. And so like we're gonna get all the Mac 10 albums after that, and West Side Connection.
It's so crazy how like Ice Cube, Mac 10 don't get
I know, man. Fucking all the beefs are so whack.
Dub C though, he's still doing this thing with Cube. I mean, I actually. Man, I know we ain't doing. Notice how we changed it up again. We ain't doing what you're listening to. But I'll be honest with you, I've been listening to a lot of Dub C, man.
Have you really, man?
Yeah, man. Like,
dude, I love The Shadiest One, man. That album was so good. Fucking with a house party, like
yeah, man. No, like his flow is just.
I can't remember the name of the song, but
well, it's
telling a story.
It's supposed to be the shadiest thing when they would see me.
Slide my loops on as I let my nuts say. What's that? Can I gang? By
the way, brother, get your podcast late, but they say stuff over the fuck harder than I get rid of the simple to play with Jimmy's.
I don't give a fuck about you cowards in this rap game.
Man, see, that's what I'm saying. I love that flow.
He did that shit so well, and he stood out from everything.
Yeah, I know he stands out all by himself on the West Coast.
Oh, I know.
Spice One and him.
That would be a dope.
That would be amazing.
Can you imagine those two go together? Spice One and Dub C doing an album together? Y'all. I wish. I'm gonna go and look up and see if they ever did songs together. I don't know. I'm gonna write a letter to the president.
I never had dinner with the president.
I never had dinner with the president.
So no, that's the thing too. A lot of people, I'm gonna just put it out there. One of the best beef songs in all hip hop history. No Vaseline.
Man, hold on, man. We're getting to the verses right the fuck now. This is where we're gonna start competing against shit. We got 8 minutes of content here, people. We gotta keep it going, yo. So listen. For the verses, we're gonna start pitting songs and other things against each other, declaring one better over the other, right? Starting with the albums, my friend. America's Most Wanted versus Death Certificate versus The Predator versus Lethal Injection. We're gonna start like my man said. So it's like his prime, right? So America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, The Predator, Lethal Injection. What do we got there?
All right. So again, the two albums that are right off the top is Lethal Injection and The Predator.
Yeah. I figured you were gonna go between those two. No Death Certificate though.
No, I'm saying off the top. All those are great.
God, man, that's tough.
All those are great albums, but I'm gonna have to put it like this. I'm gonna have to play it off 2 by 2.
Okay.
Okay. So Death Certificate and America's Most Wanted, I give Death Certificate.
I see how you're doing it.
Lethal Injection and Predator, give the Predator.
So that means it's Predator versus Death Certificate.
And Death Certificate versus Predator.
That's amazing. So I have to agree with my man here that I think The Predator is his album for several reasons. Now, one, that was like, here we go talking about how I was late to the game. But like, The Predator was the first time I heard a full Ice Cube album before. All right. I mean, NWA aside, I heard all those records, and I heard a couple other songs. But The Predator was the first time I heard Ice Cube. And I got to tell you, man, that shit from track 1 down to the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking nasty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't like cool or silly, it was just hard shit. And that's not how he opens it. That beat is like one of the most insane beats ever. Like, if we get to The Predator, I'm telling y'all right now, in the deep cuts, that's the record. That opening record goes so fucking hard, dog. And that's also where some more of that racist shit coming in. Got buddies that we flip them in the oven. Got redneck cracker, Kentucky Fried Cracker.
I'm telling you, it's like
Ice Cube was.
I mean, like, look, just to put you on the for reals, no other. I don't care how hard or how whatever rapper at that time had a dead Uncle Sam on his album cover. Like, I mean,
pissing people off.
I mean, come on, like that is. Not even Public Enemy had that.
Just shocking.
You know what I mean? Nobody had the balls to do that.
This was, I mean, and it is about context of time, because a lot of the stuff that we're hearing now and we're talking about right now and visualizing right now are like, people are like, whatever, man. I've seen a meme do that, right? Like, back then, this was fucking, bulldozing over CDs.
And you got to remember, 1980s was around the time the Black Panthers finished and died. We're talking about 1990s. This is the decade after the Black Panthers, where there were shootouts with cops constantly. There were heists of planes going to Cuba. There were bombings in 1970. Like, it ain't no joke when I say that the 90s, my perspective, was it was still part of the civil rights movement in my perspective. But civil rights people were now hip hop people. The Million Man March, Farrakhan, all these things to me was part of the civil rights movement. And then you get to this point now where like it's a whole soup of colors and stuff like that. But back then, if you were white, and this is why John had a hard time in high school, man, because if you were white and you were listening to rap, you weren't accepted by the blacks or the whites. Yeah. If you were like, if we had this clear line division, you're the yos and you're the freaks. The freaks were the gods who dressed all in black, mostly white people. And you had the yos who were a little bit of this and that with some white people, but mostly Hispanics or blacks. And it was like a thing where it was like a clear line, a defined line. You know what I mean?
Well, even just being a part of it, it was like you could be there, but like that's as far as we could go. The fact that I was rapping was like,
that moved you closer.
I was making a mockery.
No, but it moved you closer to that. Even then, it was still like a lot of walls and obstacles.
It was an interesting time, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like it is today. There was a straight segregation still existed. Not so much in the, well, you are on this side and mom on this side, but in here.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
So like,
and some of that stuff is resurfacing today in a different form, and it's pretty scary shit nowadays, man. I mean, a lot of it's always been there. There's no denying that. And a lot of it has been there before us either. But still. So I digress. Look, we're gonna now jump into the supergroups. I thought this would be an interesting conversation. Obviously, like we're ranking them instead of saying which one's the best, because the first one is NWA, Eazy-E, Dre, Red Yella. Then we got the Lynch Mob. That's got Shorty, T-Bone, JD, Dell, Woody, Yo-Yo, Sir Jinx, KD, Cam, Maliki. Like mad heads for the Lynch Mob. Then we have West Side Connection, Act 10, and Dub C with Ice Cube. And then finally wrapping up with the current Mount Westmore, which is Snoop Dogg, 42 Short, Cube.
Okay.
So these are all Cube super.
So before, my number one is the Lynch Mob.
You're putting number 4 NWA?
Before NWA.
You're a banana.
Second is NWA. Third is the West Side Connection. Fourth is the Mount Westmore. Now, why do I say this? Because NWA, and we had this conversation not too long ago, NWA was revolutionary in 1 or 2 songs. The Lynch Mob was revolutionary in every song, if you listen to it. And it was that whole, like...
You were tapped in.
Yeah, anti-American, anti-white type of thing, like, mentality. And that's, like I said, at that time. So the Lynch Mob was really about it. Like, I can't remember the name of the songs right now, but, like, One of them was really about it, and like it had the closest field and sound to Ice Cube, I think.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
and NWA, I mean, each one had their unique sound. It was a great group, but you could tell it was Dre, Ren was Ren, Easy was Easy, Cube was Cube. The Lynch Mob, I feel like
they all kind of come together.
Yeah, they all sound like, they all have that attitude, they all have that scowl, as you could say, like with that Cube has. And then West Side Connection, it's a great, but it just came with the time, so it came like later down the road.
Of course, showed up with the one joint and they dipped out. Like they did other albums, but it was this one.
Yeah. And then Mount Westmore, like, I mean, I
want it to be more than what it is.
Yeah, that's how it is for me. Like, it could have been way more. You know what I mean? But
I love the concept. I love all four of those artists, particularly together as a representation. I think it's really great. You got Bay and LA together. Like, I love it. But like, it just could have been so much more than what it was.
Yeah. I feel like it was kind of.
They needed to like
a case of blue balls,
right?
Like that's what it was. Like,
and no offense, I felt that way about like the latest Dog Pound album.
Yeah,
what we needed from them. Look, and I mean, I can't tell an artist what to do, and I'm gonna rock with them anyway. I'm a fan for life, you know what I mean? But what I needed from them was like an in-house producer.
Yeah. I think that's the issue with that I have with
a lot of these cats though. Like, it's the secret sauce that's missing is they are not just holding down with one house DJ, one producer.
Yeah.
Because if you have that going on, the sound is cohesive throughout.
Because the Lynch Mob was Sir James.
Right, yeah, Sir James.
NWA was Dre
and Yella.
And West Side Connection, I think that had different producers.
I need to go and study it. And of course, Mount Westmore, it's just like every record to somebody.
Yeah.
It's like you got to have a hodgepodge to sell it. And I just and that mentality.
Or maybe not. I think it was the Lynch Mob. I think it was Sir James with West Side Connection.
Oh, that's probably right.
Yeah, I think so. If not, it was that other guy.
I need to go back
from Friday with Chain.
Oh, Pooh.
DJ Pooh. Yeah, it was it was one of those two guys. I think that did the most production. And Ice Cube. Ice Cube by himself. He's not on. Because Ice Cube had his own different producers and stuff like that with whatever Bugs and Cube. Right?
I gotta switch this up a little bit. I have to say NWA because like it's just such an iconic group and such a pivotal moment in the music. Yeah, I know that one's like Happy. Song. It's a great record.
It's a great song.
But the rest of it is like there's just so much outlandish shit. NWA is out there.
Automobile.
Yeah. Put it in your mouth and all. Yo, no, don't matter, just don't bite it.
Yeah.
Yo, man. But like, and for me, I gotta skip it over. I love that era of Ice Cube, the Lynch Mob, but for me, like West Side Connection was something that like I dug my teeth and my nails and everything into. I loved West Side Connection, and just thought that shit was like the hardest shit ever. Bow down, that beat goes so fucking hard, bro. Yo.
That and Gangsters Make
the World Go Round. A lot of people were salty also about like Mac 10. Like they weren't really big on Mac 10. I was a big Mac 10.
Okay, so I Chicken Hawk.
Dude, I love Chicken Hawk.
That's a great album.
Faux Life, all
but,
based on true stories.
But
I love those albums.
But I will say that I didn't listen to him when he joined Birdman or whatever. What is it? Cash Money. I didn't listen to him except for recently. I heard one song where it was him and Cube, and the beat's like doo, 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 doo. And like it's something that you would have never heard. But then like at the end, like Mac 10's like, Manny Fresh, boy, you did your shit on this beat. And then I was like, that was a Manny Fresh beat?
Yeah, I'm not salty about Manny, dude. Like, I like a lot of his songs.
Well,
a lot of his beats.
Cash Money, when
I was not a big Cash Money guy because I was a big No Limit guy.
But see, I like Juvenile.
So I was salty.
I like Juvenile.
Juvie was dope.
But those beats were Manny Fresh too, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. As some of those beats, man, I gotta give it to Manny.
Go DJ, because I'm a DJ. And back that ass up, come on, man.
That's
that record fucking goes hard.
Yeah.
But what about the one where they use what was the name of that show where everybody got lost on the island, man?
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, that was
But I'm still fly. That shit is hot, though. The beach, the song is wet.
Everybody loved that song.
Them as the rappers sucked. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I think it's like if it was darker and like a lower pitch,
dude, that shit was like, a party joint,
and some like horror shit.
That would be dope too. Like your 3-6 on
yeah, like that.
Let them take that or something.
Everybody liked it, and I was the type of person not to like what everybody liked.
Well, I was at that time too.
The same.
Back that ass. I mean,
and
make it walking like a dog.
Yeah, like that shit.
Okay. So let's keep it moving, man, because we are now surpassing our time here. How about some of the rank the rapper shit? This one is tough, man. So we got Eazy-E, Dr. Dre. These are all Ice Cube affiliates, all right? Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, MC Rain, Yo-Yo, Cam Solo, KD, Mac 10, Dub C, Mr. Short Shot.
Dub C.
Out of all of these, you're going Dub C off the break.
Yeah.
You're putting Dub C over MC Rain and Eazy-E.
Yeah.
Over Yo-Yo.
See, MC Rain and Yo-Yo, I gotta give it to them, but I don't think Eazy and Dre write their own stuff.
I understand from an artistic side what you're trying to say, but as a listener,
I still give it to Dub C. I mean, Dub C
is my guy too, though. I'm just talking sideways.
No, but I like Eazy's sound. I like his sound, but
that's how you upset people on the show, man.
But like Dre's whatever. He's like,
I love Dre though.
I mean, he's like mediocre. He's not bad. He's just not. He's not Dub C.
There's an entire West Coast.
He's not Dub C. That's what I'm saying. He's not like even like South Central Cartel.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, but I gotta give him. So, and then Yo-Yo, like, I mean, you know, she just holds it down on the West Coast. Man. She's like West Coast Queen Latifah, West Coast.
Yeah. Like that's a good perspective.
Man, I gotta give her mad props for holding it down. I think Boss was the other one.
Boss was the gangster.
No, and then like. Didn't like
yeah, Lady of Rage.
No, she was DC, man.
Well, she was Farmtown.
Yeah.
Farmville.
Well, yeah, but VA to like go. No, there was some gangster girls.
Bitches with attitude or
no.
Attitude?
There was another one that was like there's like a crew of them. There was like 3 or 2 of them, and they were like gangster. Not that. I know who you're talking about, but not that. There was another one. There's like sisters or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They went hard in the paint too.
Yeah, so there were a couple people on the West Coast. I gotta give them mad props though, man. Like,
Storm from the Outlaws was dope.
Okay, yeah. And then I just can't remember the names of it.
Yo.
Yeah,
that one's I get it. That one's tough, man, because I mean, one, I just named off like 17 different artists, right? Like it's a lot of heads, man. Same with this one. What we're gonna do is the featured records now. So we got You Can't Play With My Yo-Yo. All right. Last Words with Tupac and Ice-T. Hand of the Dead Body with Scarface. Westside Slaughterhouse on Mac 10's album. That was the first Westside Connection record. Only in California, Mac 10 and Snoop Dogg. Only in California.
Hand of the Dead Body, man.
Hand of the Dead Body. There's really no question. I mean, I'm going to have a little string tug for Last Words with Tupac and Ice-T.
I put a scar on your face.
Motherfuckers trying to put a scar on my face.
Hillary Clinton,
wait, Scarface, Ice Cube, like Bill and Hillary. There ain't no killing me.
Something artillery.
This is also like the onomatopoeia era of Ice Cube. You'd be like bang, boom, ping, pow,
ping,
pop,
ping.
pop. Wow.
Ping with the bag.
Yo, which I love that era though, because it'd be like, again, the bars are so simple, but it's just how he's delivering it.
That was probably the same era with Funk and stuff.
Yeah.
Boom,
she goes
big.
Dude, that shit was so hot.
Room.
I mean, even we go back to KRS-One and be like, what out of day,
No, but that goes back to reggae.
Oh shit, you're right.
So that goes back to the beginning.
Man. I love it. So we both handed that body. That was pretty easy, man. Shout out to Scarface and all that. Now, even though technically it was not a diss record, but we're gonna do some verses on Ice Cube's diss records. We're starting with Jackin' for Beats. There was a rumor, a misunderstanding from Nice, D Nice. He thought he took it as a disrespect, but it was an homage. And it's also like the world's most expensive record to ever go out because of those sample clearances. But Jackin' for Beats, No Vaseline, King of the Hill.
Oh, No Vaseline.
Hands down. I mean, it's so he's and when you were talking about controversy earlier from this record, he's gone out there to say, like, because a lot of people are comparing, like, what are the best diss records of all time, and you got like Tupac Hit 'Em Up is like usually the one behind it, and he's saying like, there's no competition. I took out 4 dudes, and I did it all by myself. And I understand the logic behind that. But it's the record, it's about like which record's hotter, which one's got the bigger impact, which one goes rougher in the paint.
I think it had to do with time.
It had to do with the time.
Because, I mean, to be honest, like, I love the rockin' beat, but I gotta give it to No Vaseline, man. Like,
I just think that the beat chosen for it is so, like, it's Cinderella, like it's a happy party record.
The thing also is like,
and he goes hard, and it's funny.
At our time, those samples that he used for No Vaseline was very commonly used, and we grew up with those.
I mean, there's like 5 or 6 songs.
If you were to use those samples today, these kids today won't know those samples. So, not today, but at the time of the Pac beef, those samples were already kind of fading out. So, like,
it sounded fresh.
Yeah,
in comparison.
That's why you gotta give it. If you put them together at the same time, it's gonna be cute. If you put them separate at their own times, then I go for Cube. That I can see the argument for Pac. You know
Dude, Hit 'Em Up is fucking vicious.
But
I mean, I think the final outcome of it is a little different.
Yeah.
Like I think that the impact of Hit 'Em Up
again
goes a little bit harder. So Vaseline is vicious,
and
Vaseline is also like just kind of silly.
But see, I think the impact of it was
nothing silly about Hit 'Em Up.
It was East versus West one. If East versus West wasn't a thing, I don't think that this song would have become. Yeah, like that was the variable. Like there was no. This is
the parameters.
Now the parameters. No, but this is Ice Cube going against like your homies, man. You're ride or dies, man. Like these were the heads that. You know what I mean?
Well, right. But I mean, Biggie used to sleep on the dude's couch.
Yeah,
and he's talking about banging his wife and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like
it's dude. I get it. No Vaseline, hands down, top 5, and it's definitely the top one of these three.
Yeah.
And then King of the Hill and Jackin' for Beats. I love Jackin' for Beats. And again, technically, it isn't really a
King of the Hill is a great song too, man.
But I think they got outclassed, outwalked, and outdone.
Yeah, No Vaseline.
I mean, I love King of the Hill. It's a great record. I heard that first, and I was definitely riding with them.
Yeah. I feel you.
D-Sam, somebody got fucked up.
I feel you not, but I gotta give them No Vaseline. I mean,
No Vaseline.
Never have dinner with no president.
Such fucked up shit in that record, dude.
It's like
have Easy hanging from a tree. That light him up, flame on. That Jericho is gone.
Let's see when the broomstick smells like asshole.
Yeah. He's like an Easy dick smelling like in shit.
How you gonna be a crew that's for life when you got a white dude running,
walking around doing everything he tells you?
Yeah, man.
No, he was talking facts. He was spitting some shit. It was tough, man. It was tough. Now we're gonna lighthearten this up so we can wrap it up, man. How about some of the movies? So we got. Obviously we have to separate the categories because otherwise, like, what the fuck? But we have Boys in the Hood versus Higher Learning.
Higher Learning.
You think Higher Learning over Boys in the Hood? Wow, you crazy! I love Higher Learning. Ice Cube is better represented in Higher Learning.
Yeah, I know. I think I just like
Boys in the Hood, man. That movie.
That evolutionary part that he's in that movie.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest,
that's the character for sure.
Yeah, there's a thing. In that movie, there's a scene where he's talking to one of the younger students. He's like, "Let me ask you a question. You're at a football game, like you're in the stands, and they start doing the Star Spangled Banner. What do you do? And everybody around you is white. And they're all looking at you. What do? You sit down or do you do the Star Spangled Banner?" He's like, I guess I'll do the Star Spangled Banner. He's like, run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Run,
this
brother, run.
and this is what I'm talking about. This is like that cube that I was like, damn. Like,
I think you get the actual personification of Ice Cube way better.
Yeah.
With higher learning,
Yeah.
Even though Boys in the Hood,
Dope Boy, that was his persona at the time too. I mean, that was NWA time. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, both of those are great movies. If you haven't seen either of them, take your time to watch either Boys in the Hood.
Now, here's the question: Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, as a daddy on either one.
On either one.
I'm giving him Boys in the Hood on that.
Boys in the Hood.
That father figure?
Yeah, Furious. Yeah.
Pill ain't gonna stop your dick from falling off.
Man,
Look at these billboards, man. Your father's like Malcolm Farrakhan.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, you got us.
Shout out. I love him in a lot of beyond that, like all of his shit. I like him in the sci-fi shit. I like him. Lawrence is my guy. The comedies, right? As far as franchises, because if you say
Barbershop.
Friday versus Barbershop versus Are We There Yet versus 21 Jump Street, you're going to say Friday because Friday is Friday. But as a franchise, you're saying Barbershop is better than the Friday franchise.
Oh, well, better than the
whole franchise.
No, Friday.
I don't think this is fair, but I think it's important to know.
If you take Friday away, then it's Barbershop.
Oh, 100%. I mean, look, Are We There Yet is for the younger people.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street is for like a newer audience.
And Eve, shoot,
Yeah,
boy.
she was bad in Barbershop.
Yeah, she was, man.
Yo.
Even Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Man. Like, shoot.
Hail to the Queen.
You know it.
But yo, Friday though is a classic, and I know that like it's tough because that's the pedestal.
There's so many
versus everything else.
See, this is the thing.
But the thing is that all four of these are franchises.
Yeah, but
he's got like 20 movies.
The thing is like there's so many lines on Friday that people
I know.
Just, you know.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. And you know she was a supermodel in real life.
No, that's pretty funny, man.
Yeah, man. No, and there's so many like.
Oh yeah, they didn't do her right in that movie.
No, I mean, the characters that they have in the movie,
Pinky,
Worm, Big Perm,
Worm,
Chris Tucker, man,
oh
Smokey.
my God, Smokey.
Man, all those.
R.I.P. Is it AJ Johnson?
Yeah.
Smokey, I may not be the smartest man in the world, but from over here, it look like you taking a shit.
Or like yo, you got, I got you a cheeseburger, man.
Yeah, man, I sucked your dick, man. I got these cheeseburgers. Man, what you say, motherfucker?
Yo, what's his name? Yeah.
Oh man, R.I.P. also Witherspoon.
Yeah, no Witherspoon, but like.
Oh man, R.I.P. him too, man.
Devo, man.
Fuck, man, a lot of those cats.
Yeah.
DJ Pooh, get the feet, man. That's my chain, man. Grandma gave me that chain.
Grandma. That's it. Like, there's a picture of him with that chain in real life.
Yeah, I love it.
Nah, man, nah. Good. This episode's a good episode.
Oh yeah, we always.
Every episode's good, but I feel like for me this is a personal one, just because it's Ice Cube, and Ice Cube has meant so much to me in my life that it's kind of molded me to be who I am. No Ice Cube, no Dead President, no KRS-One, no Public Enemy, no Twitch.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it wasn't for West Coast gangster rap music, I wouldn't have been the artist I was, and I wouldn't have been doing this.
Man, the artist you are. You ain't
but what
was.
I'm saying, what I'm saying, though,
Yeah,
you know, if it wasn't for the Death Row Ruthless bleeding out, and then learning about all the accentuations that are attached to that, you know what I mean? Like that's my era, dude. That's my genesis for it.
You know, one day, I don't know, somehow, some way, we should do like an episode on like a verse, like NWA per se versus Above the Law,
and just have to sit down and just chop them up about that too, and literally just talk about those tracks. I'm totally down for that. We definitely let us know in the comments if there's other concepts and ideas that you'd love to hear in the show. We appreciate it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap it up here. Be sure to support. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow the show if you can. You know, again, your favorite streaming site. If you're not following and commenting and ranking the show, it helps us tremendously to do this.
Please do so.
So please do it. Share it with other hip hop heads in your life. Follow us on our social medias. From Remember the Record on Instagram over to Facebook. Oh my God, I don't have the piece today. I'm gonna give you this pot of tea. I'm gonna smash him over the head with this pot of tea. Oh man, here we go again, man.
So what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do, y'all?
We're gonna subscribe, right?
Like, subscribe. I don't know how to handle it. No, you don't want to see me handle it, though. Yeah, please do support us, man. We appreciate it. Johnny Warbucks, Kalishnikov Red, the Rappers Corner, all of us over here, man. We appreciate the love and support. Next month. So, first off, next week, okay, we're gonna go. By the time this is over, you're gonna get an episode of Eric B. and Rakim Paid in Full. So be on the lookout for that episode. But the month after that, or the weeks after that, you know, we figure September, we're getting ready to go into the whole family joints. We're going to be doing a lot of nostalgia, a lot of throwback. And so we thought it'd be dope to do some throwback.
Yeah.
And we put up on our social media, what would you rather hear an episode of? All right?
Please choose, guys. Choose. Get engaged.
We got Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full. Big Daddy Kane Ain't No Half Stepping. Marley Marl the Symphony. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Fast Message. So as far as the votes when they came in, it was Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full, and then it was a split. And so we are going to go ahead and follow up with Big Daddy Kane Ain't No Half Stepping. So that's coming up.
No half
stepping. And what we'd like to hear from y'all, man, what episode should we do after that? Should we do Marley Marl the Symphony? Or should we do Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the Message? I mean, you want to talk about throwback? Oh, you don't know who that? Yeah. He's what do you say, Master Ace? Is it Cool G Rap? What is it, boy? Yeah, man, we appreciate the love and support, y'all. And we're gonna see you in the next one. Look forward to Eric B. and Rakim next, y'all. All right, let's go.
All right, we gotta take this guy out.
We gotta take him out. We gotta take him outside, y'all. Peace out, man. That's us. Peace. Bye, G.
Turn this off and go outside.
You know how we do it. That's like coming in the west. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. West side coming in the west side. You know how we do it. West side coming in the west side. You know how we do it. West side coming in the west side.